Ladies, welcome to the Feminine Mystery. My name is Azalea Dawn, and on my channel I talk about leveling up, femininity, hypergamy, and everything that you need to attract the right masculine provider for you. If any of that sounds right for you, then please check out the rest of the videos on my channel and subscribe if you like it. Today we're going to be talking all about luxury travel. Now, there are really two reasons to travel for your level up journey, in my opinion. One would be, fairly straightforward, and that's networking, right? You're traveling to meet people, especially to meet the right people, to meet wealthy people, so that you can, get your foot in the door in the affluent community and start to make connections, make contacts so that you can nurture into friendships, and eventually through having friendships with affluent people, you can start to date in the affluent community. I think that that's one very straightforward way of leveling yourself up. The other reason that you would invest in luxury travel is for the social aspect, or the almost like this appeal to elitism, as cheesy as that sounds. So when you think about just socializing with other people, especially when it comes to affluent people, well, what would you talk about? One big topic that's very popular among affluent people is travel. Even among people who are not, necessarily among like the super rich of society, right? People who are just kind of, regular, sort of, maybe like privileged in some way. They just went to a good college, they have a good job, like that class of people. Travel is still a very popular topic. But when it comes to the affluent community, travel takes on an entirely new meaning. Traveling to very exclusive, luxurious destinations is one thing that kind of like is a form of almost social signaling. It's letting people know that you're the right person for them to be building a relationship with. So how do you do that? Where do you go? I'm going to talk all about the places all around the world where, if you want to go there and maybe not necessarily network and meet people there, because the place might be quite empty relative to other destinations that you might go more so for networking. But when it comes to being able to impress other people in conversation, to say that you've traveled here or there, I'm going to be talking about all of those places, or maybe not all of those places, but I'm going to be naming all 5 of those places that I think are really good investments for you. So if any of that sounds interesting, then keep listening. Now, the first place that I'm going to recommend is called La Serenus in Positano, Italy. Now, just as a bit of like a trigger warning for this entire video, I do not speak Italian, I do not speak French, I do not speak any of these languages, and there will be no fake accents. I will just be going with the standard American pronunciation and doing my best. Anyways, now that we're past that, La Serenus is a fabulous place in Positano. Really, going to Positano at all, you really can't go wrong. It's a beautiful place to be, with gorgeous like scenic backgrounds that are great for Instagram, so it's definitely, like an influencer favorite. But La Serenus in particular is the place to be. Of all of the places in Positano, Italy, it's definitely going to be sort of like the it girl place, and it's going to be a place that when you talk about it to the affluent, those who know, like if you get it, you get it. So La Serenus is going to be something that, if you can stay in a very particular place in Positano, that I would definitely recommend. It's luxurious, you have the entire town to really like occupy and do stuff with. There are wonderful restaurants, you can spend time on the beach, you can spend time on the boat, you can spend time just looking at the gorgeous water from your balcony. It is definitely the place to be if you're looking for a little bit of a getaway that has, lots of leisurely walk-arounds and things of that nature, and lots of natural beauty to appreciate. But it's not going to be somewhere that's athletic, like places to ski might be, in contrast. And I think that one of the things that's very special about this place, and people say this a lot about different places in the Mediterranean, but that the volcanic activity there is really great for romance. So if you are a big believer in a bit of like the woohoo spiritual stuff, and maybe like you're looking for a romantic getaway, I would definitely recommend Positano, Italy for that. Next up, we have Hotel du Cap Eden Roc in Antibes, France. Now, again, like I said, I cannot do it with the pronunciation, but I am doing my best to get through it. Trust me. This hotel is legendary. In fact, it is like not just an influencer favorite, but it's a favorite among like the rich and famous European elite. Anybody, among the who's who, they know Hotel du Cap Eden Roc. In fact, this is the hotel that they actually hold Amphar at. The Amphar Gala Cannes, right? This is the hotel where they actually hold that at each year. So this is really a place that's like very happening. It's got a lot going on, and you see a lot of like the very like glamorous, like especially like European influencers. They will go to this hotel to stay. They'll take a lot of pictures at this hotel and its iconic long, driveway. I guess like all of the architecture of this place definitely stands out in photos. So once you've seen it a couple times, you're bound to recognize it on other people's Instagram pages. The beach club as well and the restaurants attached are fabulous places to dine, and it's a great experience for somebody who's looking to have like more of a resort style getaway where you're mostly staying at the hotel itself. You maybe have like a little bit of like a leisurely walk around, but you mostly just have like a lot of private time, either to just like reset for yourself or to reset and detox like and have a little bit of a romantic getaway as a couple as well. That's really what I would recommend this place for. I would not try to get a ticket around Amphar because that is just another level in terms of the finances. But in terms of just going there around the year, I think that this is definitely a great investment in yourself. And all of the pictures that you take in this place, you will not even have to tag the location. People will recognize it visually right away. Just being able to talk about it and have those pictures on your Instagram is definitely going to level you up in the eyes of other people. Next up, we have Badritz Palace Hotel in St. Moritz, Switzerland. Now, this is another iconic place to stay, and this one has like a much different vibe. This is definitely winter wonderland. This is a wonderful place to go if you're somebody who likes to ski, if you're somebody who likes romantic winter vacations. That's definitely something that this place is giving in particular. And St. Moritz, Switzerland is of course a place that is very much iconic among the European affluent and the international affluent community. Switzerland in general is famous for all of its boarding schools in Geneva, in St. Moritz, which is near Gstaad. In all of these places, they have very much like elite boarding schools all around where people from all across the world, they send their kids to have more of an independent lifestyle and access to the best education in the world. Switzerland also has some very famous and iconic finishing schools for, the most elite women in the world, women from royal families, etc. I think that Anna Bay might have gone to one of these finishing schools herself in preparation for building her online courses. But that's definitely like the kind of vibe that this place is giving. You are bound to see royalty. You're bound to see the most affluent of the affluent as far as like Europe goes. And this is definitely going to be a place that if you are American, maybe you're not going to really see anybody that you'll be able to build a relationship with in America. But this is going to be a place that has, like such a high level of prestige around it that having gone here, taking the pictures, getting the experience of traveling internationally to such an exclusive and affluent place is definitely going to be an experience that is worth investing in. Next up, we have the Hotel Costes in Paris, France. Now, the pronunciation of all of that was strange, but ask them how to pronounce it in French. How about that? This is another iconic hotel. In fact, like you can see like a lot of the sort of like products associated with this hotel are sold even in boutiques in the United States, like Costes candles, for example, like the scent that they fill the entire place with. That is something that you can buy here. But this is an iconic place to be. It's sort of, like one of those places where you go to both see and be seen, especially the restaurant associated with the hotel itself. And a lot of, like the who's who of like influencers travelers, they stay in this hotel because of its gorgeous, interior decor style. It's very iconic. You can definitely see it as like a very distinctive place where Instagram pictures are taken. So this is again like one of those places where you don't even have to tag the location in like your Instagram. Honestly, if you're taking pictures or showing people pictures of this place, they are, among like the most affluent of the affluent, they're going to know all about this place. They're going to recognize it instantly just from the visuals. So I would definitely recommend this as a place to go and just, check out if you're ever interested in going to Paris and you want a place that is really worth it to stay when you're there. And obviously you have the entire city of Paris, at your disposal. You will not be bored, trust me. I think that this is a great investment in your level up. It's a great way to elevate the fact that you traveled to Paris to be more impressive among the affluent community, for sure. Now, finally, ladies, number 5 is going to be a very unexpected one, I bet, but it's going to be Amangani in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Now, I bet you didn't see this coming, so if you've made it this far in the video, sound off below. Did you see this coming on this list? I've so far named all of these, very like exclusive international Jetset destinations, and then I'm bringing up Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Why on earth would that be the case? Well, Amangani is one of the hotels, one of the resorts that's a part of the Aman group. Another one is Amangiri, which is actually in, I believe, Utah, and this one is a bit different. Amangani, in contrast to Amangiri is very influencers. It's very like somewhere that like Kylie Jenner might be staying, for instance. But Amangani is definitely the kind of place that I would not be surprised if you were there and you saw, literal billionaires, like the billionaires of the United States, right, might go to a place like this as a part of like their winter. Now, for context, Wyoming has a lot of legal and financial benefits to corporations, right? It's one of those states. So it's a state that allows like anonymous LLCs. It's a state that allows you to have a lot of, like tax benefits, a lot of legal benefits as well for your private businesses. And therefore, like a lot of people with like a lot of wealth, they have, basically like some degree of like presence in Wyoming, like here and there. It is, ironically the least populated state, I believe, in all of the United States, if not just second to Alaska. So don't expect to see a whole lot of people in Wyoming in general. Trust me, I've been many times, including to Jackson Hole. It is more land than people, for sure. But Amangani in particular, this is one of those places where you could definitely expect to see, billionaires, with their families, like there for, a little bit of like a winter getaway, who are there to, like also like get a little bit of like their business done in the area while they are there. So Amangani is definitely a great investment, and it's something that's a little bit more local here in the United States. However, don't be fooled. This is definitely very much a luxury hotel, a luxury resort, and there are going to be a lot of expenses associated with staying here. The cabins in and of themselves might go for around $9,000 or $10,000 a night. Maybe like hotels on the other hand might be towards like hotel rooms on the other hand might be towards like $2,000, but you're also going to have expenses like valet only parking, and also needing to have the appropriate car so that you're not embarrassing yourself in valet only parking. Like all of those expenses are going to come along with going to somewhere like Amangani. But again, having that sort of experience, saying that this is somewhere that you do winter, it's definitely something that's going to impress among, like groups of people who are more used to hearing about people like wintering in Aspen, for instance. Wintering at Amangani is sure to, impress, to dazzle, and to be a fabulous topic of conversation the next time that you have to bring up luxury travel in a conversation with somebody from the affluent community. And with that, ladies, that will be the end of this video for me. I have been talking for all eternity as usual. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like below and let me know, like, what was your favorite place out of all of the ones that I've listed here? Right, is there anywhere that you would really consider going? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Until my next video, I'll see you then.